What can you tell us about this attack? Anything more about the type of weapon that was used? And can you guarantee that no one was killed besides Zawahri?
All good questions, Brianna. So look, this mission really took shape over the course of the last 6-7 months. It was really sort of early this year, as you heard the president say, that we got indications that Mr. Zawahri had moved into Afghanistan. So what we were able to do was stitch together some intelligence based on the movements of his family, quite frankly. And then once we tracked them into Kabul, we were able to then be able to track him in his efforts to reunite them. That led then to weeks, if not several months, of making sure that we had the right guy, that this was in fact Mr. Zawahri, and that this was in fact their residence. And then, of course, developing a pattern of life. His habits, if and when he went outside, how often, on what days, for how long, all that kind of stuff factored into it. And once we knew that we had an effective pattern of life and opportunities that could be taken, it was really then to stitching together how you were going to take that opportunity and with what. In this case, we used an unmanned aerial vehicle with missiles, obviously, and 2 of those missiles were fired at Mr. Zawahri while he was outside on that 3rd floor balcony. The president made it very clear when he made the decision that he wanted to make sure we avoided civilian casualties, and we know we did. From a series of intelligence and other sources that we have available to us, we have been able to ascertain with high confidence that no civilians were hurt or injured or no real damage, even to the structure, other than minor damage from this strike.
We've seen strikes in the past where they were incendiary and they burned up everything around them. This looks different.
I really don't want to get too much into the targeting itself, Brianna, but I would just tell you that this strike was done in a very precise, very deliberate, and very constrained way to do exactly what it was intended to do: kill one man.
What is the Taliban doing in the wake of this attack, specifically on the ground with the family of Zawahri?
All we know, Brianna, is that they moved the family. And we know that for sure, that they've moved the family away. The house is now empty. They've done a lot of cleaning up. They've certainly, their original account of this was false, that it was a rocket attack and nobody was hurt. So they're trying to manage the spin here a little bit in the information environment. I can't speak to what the Taliban leaders are now doing long term in terms of their relations with the United States or with their relations with these terrorist networks, but we've made it clear what our expectation is for their behavior going forward.
Do you have DNA confirmation of his death?
We do not. We do not have DNA confirmation, Brianna. We're not going to get that confirmation. And quite frankly, Brianna, based on the multiple sources and methods that we have gathered the information from, we don't need it.
Do you have visual confirmation?
We have visual confirmation, but we also have confirmation through other sources and methods.